Kurbatova, and I will be one of the Citizen Science Teaching Fellows for winter 2022. Today we will be reviewing some of the key concepts involved in pipetting. Let's get started. The purpose of this video is to review some of the key concepts you may have already learned about using a micropipette to ensure that you're doing the best job that you can. You may be asking, why would we even use a micropipette? The answer is twofold. One is to ensure precision. The second is to ensure accuracy. Remember, precision is assuring that you get the same measure each time, while accuracy is assuring that the measure is as true to life as possible. Thus, using a micropipette allows us to conduct experiments that are replicable and trustworthy. Pipettes come in 3 different shapes and colors, and they all measure in microliters. You will be working with 3 different colors of pipettes. There are pink ones, yellow ones, and blue ones. The smallest pipette measures from 1 to 10 microliters. The medium size measures from 10 to 100. And then the largest size measures from 100 to 1,000 microliters. Remember, when you pipette, you want to make sure that you use the smallest possible pipette for the job. So for example, if you wanted to pipette 10 microliters, you would go for the pink pipette, which has a range from 1 to 10 microliters, as opposed to using, say, a yellow pipette, which has a range of 10 to 100 microliters. You always want to go with the smallest possible range pipette for the job. You set the range of your pipette by twisting the top. And always remember, once you're done, to make sure to set the range back in the middle. Pipette tips come in 3 different boxes, each color-coded to match the color of the pipette itself. You want to make sure that your box of tip containers still has the autoclave tape on it. That means that the tips are either new or used but have been sterilized. If your box does not have this tape on it, do not use those micropipette tips. When placing your tips onto the pipette, you want to make sure you press firmly, but not harshly, to insert the tip onto the pipette. You want to make sure to do everything as efficiently as possible to decrease the risk of contamination. Your pipette will have 2 stops on it. You will use the first one to aspirate or draw liquid up into the pipette. You will use the second stop to release liquid. Pressing down to the first stop should be smooth and relatively easy. Pressing down to the second stop will have a little bit more give to it, and that's how you can tell if you're going down to the first stop or the second stop. When aspirating, you want to make sure you press the first stop before you insert your pipette into your sample. This helps to prevent air bubbles. When inserting your pipette, make sure you do so at a slight angle. Release the first stop, and the liquid will trickle up into the micropipette. Once you've drawn up your sample, you can release the first stop, and the liquid will stay inside of the pipette. Make sure you close your sample immediately after drawing up any liquid. To release liquid from your micropipette, simply press down all the way to the second stop until all liquid has exited the micropipette. Once you have released the liquid, make sure to dispose of the micropipette tip. To release the micropipette tip, simply press the button on the side and the tip will simply fall off. You will be provided with a container in which to collect all of your micropipette tips that have been used. After you're done using your micropipette tip, you want to make sure to dispose of it immediately. If you suspect that there is a chance of contamination on your pipette tip, it's better to go ahead and dispose of it as well. Make sure that you do not press to the second stop until your pipette is far away from your liquid. Make sure that you do not turn your pipette upside down. Make sure you do not use the same micropipette tip to draw up a sample twice. So if you accidentally double dip or believe there may be a chance that you have contaminated your sample, make sure you immediately let either your faculty member or a member of the lab staff know immediately. When you're finished, make sure you set your pipette back to the middle of its range. When you have finished the procedure, make sure that you put away all equipment into the proper place and clean up after yourself. And that is the end of my micropipetting review video. If you have any further questions, make sure you ask either your professor or a member of the lab staff. And I hope that this video helps you enjoy your micropipetting experience.